Good morning, everybody. Government Degree College, Shabnagar invites you to watch video classes on mathematics subject. The video classes are organized by Department of Mathematics, and today class topic name is partial differentiation. It is a first semester topic, and it is a lesson 1, and it is first year topic. Actually, in first year we have first semester and second semester. In first semester we have partial derivation now, and these video classes are prepared by myself. My name is P. Sri Krishna, Assistant Professor of Mathematics of this college now. Okay, let us begin the class now. Now we'll discuss the basic principles of derivation now. The first we'll discuss about now single variable function and several variable function and their limit values and continuity values and each and every point. Now what is the meaning of single variable function means? Now in a function, if there exists only one variable, then the function is called single variable function. Now it means now if any one function have only one variable, such functions are called single variable function. Now for example, here we have a square, okay, square, and each side length is x units. Therefore here the area of the square is becomes now x square. Now if you consider the area of a square as a function, then x square, a equal to x square, is become single variable function because we have only one variable, that is nothing but the x now. Okay, now that's why it is an example for single variable function. Next we'll discuss one more example now. now it is a circle with radius r units. The perimeter of the circle is equal to 2 pi r. The perimeter, in Telugu chuttu kolata, the perimeter is becomes now 2 pi r. Okay, now here we have r is pi is a constant value, r is a variable. Now if r is changes, definitely s also changes. Now therefore the perimeter is equal to 2 pi r is becomes now is nothing but now example for single variable function. And one more point now, a straight line general equation y equal to mx plus c. If we observe the equation, only one variable, that is x now, and m and c are constant values. M and c, here you get now the c value now, y-intercept value, and we know what is slope here with the x-axis. Now there is no change, they are fixed now. But x value is different now. Now therefore here also y equal to mx plus c is nothing but now single variable function now. Next now we'll discuss about now several variable function now. Okay. Several variable function now. Now what is the meaning of several variable function now? Now if equation A contains more than one variable now, okay, in a function, if there exists more than one variable, then the function is called several variable function now. It is nothing but now several variable function now. Now more than one variable, the function contains more than one variable. Now I am checking a rectangle. In rectangle, this length is nothing but now x units, and breadth is nothing but now y units now. Now there are two variables now. Therefore, area of this rectangle is nothing. The area is depend upon these two variables, length and breadth. Now, if any one of the values changes, automatically the area is also changes now. Therefore, the area of the rectangle A equal to xy is an example for several variable function now. And the next now, next I am checking a rectangle now. Sorry, triangle now. In the triangle, the simple formula what it is now here for the area, half into base into height, half into base into height now. If you observe the base, if it is b and height is h, the rectangle, sorry, triangle area is nothing but the half into base into h now. If any one value is changes, definitely area is also changes now. Therefore, it is also a several variable function now. Now, after that, now I am taking the third example as a sphere now. It is a sphere now. What is the general, if center is origin, the sphere equation x square plus y square plus z square equal to a square. If you write the equation z equal to root of a square minus x square minus y square, then it is becomes a several variable function. In this one, now, if x or y changes, z is also changes now. X and y are independent variables now. Now in the rectangle, x and y are independent variable, and a is depend variable. It is depend upon x and y. And here in the triangle now, breadth b and height h. These two are independent variables now. A is depend upon these two variables now. And here also in this equation now, x and y both are independent variables and z is depend upon these two. And it is also an example for several variable function. Now after that, now I am taking neighborhood of a point. Neighborhood of a point A comma B. Okay. I am taking in the xy plane, x-axis, y-axis, it is the origin now. Okay, origin. In xy plane, I am taking one point here now. Xy is any one point now. Okay, x is a value in between these two. That is now x is a value in between these two. What are the values now? Delta is a positive number. In that case, a minus delta, a plus delta. X is a value between these two. And similarly, y is a value in between these two. That is b minus delta and b plus delta. B plus delta. It should be plus now. Okay. Now, if you take the values, okay, x minus a, sorry, x equal to a minus delta as a straight line parallel to y-axis, and x equal to a plus delta, and again it is also a straight line parallel to x-axis now. Similarly, y equal to b minus delta, y equal to b plus delta. With the help of these four lines, we get a square now. In the square, exactly center is nothing but now AB. Okay, this entire portion is nothing but now neighborhood for AB. This entire portion is nothing but now neighborhood for AB. Okay, clear? Okay, next now. Okay, continuity of a function of two variables now. Okay, what is the definition now? Continuity of a function of two variables now. That means several variable function now. Continuity at a point, continuity of a function now. We have two different concepts now. A function f of two variables. I am taking two variables x and y. Several variable means there exists more than one variable now. Now in that case, I am taking only two variables x and y. A function f of two variables is continuous at a point a comma b if corresponding to any positive number epsilon greater than 0. Epsilon is a positive number. There exists a positive number delta such that mod f of x minus y minus f of a minus b less than delta. Okay, it is a condition now. For all members of the neighborhood, xy in between these lines of AB. What are the values of a minus delta less than x, less than equal to x, less than equal to a plus delta, a minus delta less than equal to x, less than equal to b plus delta. Okay, now previously here we have, now here in this case now, it is a neighborhood of AB now. Now it is a condition now. And what is the continuity of a function means now a function is f is called continuous if it is continuous at every point of its domain. Okay. Now if it is continuous, if a function is called continuous means now the function should be continuous at every point of its domain. For example, I'm taking one simple example, f of x equal to x square, f of x equal to x square. It is a polynomial and its domain is capital R. In this domain, if function is continuous at every real number, then we say the function is continuous over the R. Next now, limit now. Limit of a function of two variables now. Limit of a function of two variables now. What is the condition now? A function f is said to be, tends to limit L as xy tends to AB. If it is xy tends to AB, the function tends to L now. In that case, what is the condition now? If corresponding to any positive number epsilon, there exists a positive number delta such that satisfying this condition, mod f of x comma y minus del less than epsilon. It is a condition now. Okay. If it is condition is false, then we can say the function f is tends to L. L is nothing but the limit of the function now. Next now, what is the condition nature now? For all points x, y, other than possible a comma b, okay, such that the interval, what is the interval now? A minus delta less than equal to x less than equal to same in the neighborhood now. Okay, and the next now, limit of a continuous function now. Limit of a continuous function now. If f is continuous at AB, okay, what is the condition now? Limit f of a xy equal to f of ab, sorry, f of a comma b, as xy tends to a comma b. That means now the condition is the limit of the function equal to value of the function. F of ab is nothing but now certain value at a comma b. Value of the function at certain point a comma b. It is a limit value now. It is fixed value now. Okay. Derivative of a function now. Now we'll discuss now derivation now. Y equal to f of x is a function. The rate of change in x. Generally, if there is a change in x, a small increment in x, it is called as rate of change in x and it is denoted by delta x. And the rate of change in y means a small change in y now. The rate of change in y with respect to x. X is changing now. Therefore, the rate of change in y with respect to x is called derivative of the function and it is denoted by delta y now. Now, here in the xy plane now, x-axis, y-axis, and it is the origin now. Now here we have 2 points now. Px1, y1, qx2, y2 are in the 2 points now. These 2 points now. Okay? No. Now here we want now the slope now. Slope of the function now. How it is now calculated now? At the P point, I am taking a parallel line to x-axis. At Q point, I am taking a parallel line to y-axis now. Now the distance between these two values now. For suppose if it is r, the distance here, the r x value should be same now. Therefore, the difference between the x values, that is now x2 minus x1, and here the in vertical line horizontal value is same now. There is no change now. Therefore, change in y values, that is y2 minus y1 now. Therefore, the ratio of these two, the change in x, the change in y now. Therefore, the ratio of the two values is nothing but no. Okay, now the ratio of these two now, the slope is becomes now y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 now. Y2 minus y1 is nothing but now delta y. X2 minus x1 is nothing but now delta x. Okay, the small change in x, a small change in y. Okay, it is nothing but now derivative. And next now I am taking now one more condition on this derivative now. Y equal to f of x is a function now. Okay, it is a function now. Y equal to f of x. It is a curve now. Capital P A comma f of A and f of A is a point on the curve at some distance h units. The increment on this curve now. I am taking increment h now. Q A plus h comma f of A plus h. Okay, is also a point on the same curve now. Now, if we observe the values now, the PQ is nothing but now secant line. It is nothing but now secant line now. If Q tends to P, that means now if Q tends to P point, then the secant line is becomes now tangent. The secant line becomes now tangent. Okay, the secant line becomes now tangent line now. Okay, now therefore here now what is here increment now? Delta x is nothing but now the difference between the two. A plus h minus a, that is a h. What is delta y? F of a plus h minus f of a. And we have the same principles for the slope now. How much now? Now here, delta y by delta x. Now here I am substituting all the values now. What is delta x means f of a plus h minus f of a, and the delta x value is h now. Okay, here it is now. And delta x is a small value in x. Delta y is a small change in x, small change in y. dy is very small change in x. dx means no very small change value in x. dy is very small value change in y now. Now here h interchange on the, it is almost all tends to 0. Now therefore here we have the condition, the dy by dx equal to limit f of a plus h minus f of a by h as h tends to 0. Okay. Now first I am taking few important formulas, derivative formulas. Okay. Now these there are no separate formula for partial derivatives. No. Generally we use only these formulas now. Now we'll discuss each and every formula now. Y equal to x power n. It is a basic formula. The derivation is becomes now n into x power n minus 1. Okay. Now here it is in numerator. If it is in the denominator 1 by x power n, in that case dy by dx becomes now minus n by x power n plus 1. Next now, in the same now I am taking n equal to 1. 1 by x derivation is minus, just substitute n equal to 1, minus 1 by x square. If the function is log x, derivation is 1 by x. If the function is e power x, derivation value is e power x. If it is a power x, the derivation value is a power x into log a. Now these are the algebraical formulas now. Okay. Next I am taking now trigonometrical formulas now. Sine derivation cos, cos derivation minus sin x. Okay. Tan derivation sec square x, cot derivation minus cosec square x, sec x derivation sec x into tan x, cosec x derivation minus cosec x into cot x. Now observe here now this sine and sec. These are the functions and the remaining function. Cos is a cofunction. Cot is a cofunction of tan. Cosec is a cofunction of sec. These are the negative values now. Okay. Simple manner now. If C appears, definitely check minus. Okay, minus of cos, cot, cosec. Now definitely you get now in that case is the minus values now. Next now, and again now, hyperbolic functions now. What is the difference between trigonometrical functions and hyperbolic functions now? Now generally the trigonometrical functions are defined over a right angle triangle. Now if you take a right angle triangle now, the ratio between any two sides is nothing but the function value now. And here it is now in a hyperbolic function, these are the exponential functions now. What is the sine hx definition? E power x minus e power minus x by 2. Cos hx definition e power x plus e power minus x by 2. So like that now. These are exponential functions now, not defined over right angle triangle now. Sin hx derivation cos hx, cos hx derivation sin hx, tan hx derivation sec h square x. Okay. After that now, cot hx minus cosec square hx, sec hx minus sec hx tan hx, cosec hx minus cosec hx cot hx. Now here you get first three are positives and the remaining are negative. Next three are negatives now. Okay, these are the trigonometrical functions now. Next I am taking now inverse trigonometrical function. These are hyperbolic functions now. Now I am taking now trigonometrical inverse trigonometrical functions now. Sin y equal to sine inverse x. What is the derivation? 1 by root of 1 minus x square. 1 by root of 1 minus x square. Cos inverse x derivation minus cos cofunction it is now. Therefore definitely you get minus now. Minus 1 by root of 1 minus x square. Tan inverse x. What is the derivation? 1 by 1 plus x square. Cot inverse x. It is a cofunction, tan cofunction. Therefore minus appears minus 1 by 1 plus x square. Next, sec inverse x, derivation 1 by x into root of x square plus 1. Next now, cosec hx, it is a helping function, cofunction now. Therefore, minus 1 by root x into root of x square. I'm sorry, it is minus, not, I'm sorry. Ouch. Just a minute. Okay, now second inverse x derivation dy by dx equal to 1 by x into root of x square minus 1, and cosec inverse x, it is a cofunction now, minus 1 by x into root of x square minus 1. Okay, now next now formulas. Okay, now I am taking now two hyperbolic functions formulas now. Y equal to sine hx now. It is equal to 1 by root of x, 1 plus x square. And it is cos h inverse. It is not cos inverse, cos h inverse. I'm sorry. Dy by dx equal to minus 1 by root of x square minus 1 now. These two formulas are enough. There is no need to remaining formulas. And the next now, y equal to e power ax into sine bx now. It is also one of the important formula now. What is the value now? Dy by dx equal to e power ax by a square plus b square, a into e power ax sine bx plus b into e power ax cos bx now. And the next, y equal to e power ax into cos bx, then dy by dx equal to e power ax by a square plus b square, a into e power ax cos bx minus b into e power ax sine bx now. These two formulas are important formulas. After that, now very useful formula, y equal to log f of x. Y equal to log f of x. Now what is how much now dy by dx means now f dash x by f of x. It is how much now? F dash x by f of x. And the next one more point now, if y equal to e power x into f of x, not the log of it is now e power x into, okay, it should be e power x now, not log of no. Just a minute. Okay, now if it is y equal to oh, okay, no, okay, I'm sorry, it is not okay, y equal to e power x into f of x, then the derivation value e power x into f of x plus f dash of x now. And next now, addition formula, dy by dx equal to okay, dy by dx equal to u plus or minus v, du by dx plus or minus dv by dx, and a uv formula dy by dx uv formula. Du by dx dot v plus u dot dv by dx now. U dash into v plus u into v dash now. Next now, u by v formula. U by v formula. What is it now? V square u into v dash minus u dash into v, where u dash is nothing but now du by dx and v dash is nothing but now dv by dx now. Okay, now what is a partial derivation means now? Okay, now let y equal to f of xy is a several variable function. Two variables are there now. The limit, we are changing only x value only. The increment is only in x now. F of a plus x comma b minus f of ab by h. Now it is a basic principle. First of all, formula, fundamental formula. Increment only in h now. In that case, as h tends to 0, a small increment. Then it is called partial derivation of f with respect to x at the point a comma b, and it is denoted by dou u by dou x, or otherwise fx suffix at a b. Similar manner now, if there exists a small increment in y now, in b, there is a small increment in b value now. Limit f of a comma b plus h minus f of a comma b by k. Okay, it should be k. As k tends to 0, then it is called partial derivation of f with respect to y at the point a b, and it is denoted by dou z by dou x, and it is nothing but the fy of fx at a b. Okay, if there exists a small increment in h, it is becomes partial derivation with respect to x. If there exists a small increment in y, it is becomes the partial derivation with respect to y now. Okay, and the next point now. Okay, now in today's class we discussed about now derivation formulas and the partial derivation definition now. Okay, thank you for watching my videos.